What's up, guys? Those of y'all wondering what the hell I've been up to. Those y'all, don't y'all find it fascinating? Maybe fascinating is not the correct word for it, but I guess interesting. Don't y'all find it interesting in how we all mourn differently? And what we mourn for is more significant or less significant than to the next person. You know, really, when it comes to our online presence, those of us that use social media platform as a way to provide and make a living and etc. You know, essentially we're just characters. We're all just characters online because we don't really know each other. For the most part, we think we do. We don't. And man, you see so much, man. You see someone just hating for no reason. You got all the Karens and the Clydes out there have something cute to say. You can't ever say anything right. You can't post anything right. And it really dawned on me, you know, I think I took the losses of both Brad and James this past week harder than I have some people that I have known personally. Some my whole life that have passed away. And I just found it interesting and I gained perspective. That's where I should head with this. I gained so much perspective in who and what we are and how small of a window that we really have here on earth before we're just dust, you know, and a spirit that moves on to heaven. And how short of a window we have to truly make an impact, and how important is it that we do make an impact for our jobs? Personally, I found that, you know, a lot of people called me, for those of you guys that don't know my story, for those that called me crazy when I pursued custody of my son several years ago, almost a decade ago now, that it would stunt my growth in my career. It would slow the process down. It would kill opportunities because, you know, being a mom and a dad both, it's not an easy job. Shout out to the moms, the good ones, and the dads who put both shoes on every day and fill both shoes every day. It's you know, it's not easy. And when you set out to chase a dream, when you're young especially, or if you're just immature is what I should say. I shouldn't say young. When you're immature and you set out to chase a dream, that's all you think about. Like, that's more important than anything in the world that you'll ever do in your mind. Until you gain perspective and you do mature and you realize that the time spent on your job is super important, right? There is good in that. There's impact in that. And you can be a bright shining light in a lot of people's lives, but the most important ones, you know, are your loved ones. The time you spend with them, the time you spend with your kids, teaching them, helping them grow, helping them learn. And you know, I've learned balance over time, and especially over this last week, I've learned even more about balance. And what I mean by that is, you know, would we all love to leave this world knowing that we found it a better place and that we made an impact on the next generation and the generation after? Even folks that we don't know? Sure, absolutely. But the impact that we leave on the people that we love, so often I've found people that I look up to even who have pulled me aside and said, Case, what you've done and the time you've taken off and the opportunities you've missed and the money missed. When it's, as you grow and mature and get older, you'll someday realize, if you haven't already, that time you spent with your boy, coaching on him and loving on him, not missing anything, but missing work opportunities instead, they said I wouldn't regret it. And man, I don't. Not even a little bit. But that being said, it's time to put my next foot forward and make sure that in doing such, now that he's older and big middle schooler now, big 12-year-old, that I'm able to maintain that balance of leaving an impact on both people who follow me and pay for tickets and merchandise and songs and everything that I do, and my son as well, and the people around me that I care about and that I love. But it just goes to show you, are we really that important? Once we're gone, right?